Project Veritas investigation that was blatantly censored for revealing high-level Google employees declaring totalitarian bias and a deep disregard for the Constitution and the human rights of American citizens is experiencing the Streisand effect. For those of you that don't know what that is, the Streisand effect is a phenomenon that occurs when important information is censored and results in the unintended consequence of publicizing the information more widely.
Does Google consider itself a neutral public forum?
Thank you, Senator. Yes, it does.
Are you familiar with a report that was released yesterday from Veritas that included a whistleblower from within Google, that included videos from a senior executive at Google, and that included documents that are purportedly internal PowerPoint documents from Google?
Yes, I heard about that report in industry news.
Have you seen the report?
No, I have not.
So you didn't review the report to prepare for this hearing?
It's been a busy day, and I have a day job, which is digital well-being at Google, so I'm trying to make sure I keep the trains on the
sorry,
tracks.
this hearing is impinging on your day job. Do you know of any senior executives, even a single senior executive at the company who voted for Donald Trump?
As the digital well-being expert, I don't think this is in my purview to comment on political
So you don't know them. That's all right. You don't have to know.
I definitely don't know.
I can tell you what the public records show. The public records show that in 2016, Google employees gave to the Hillary Clinton campaign $1.315 million. That's a lot of money. Care to venture how much they gave to the Trump campaign?
I would have no idea, sir.
Well, the nice thing is it's a round number, $0.00.
Google and Facebook backed think tanks like the Cato Institute and the American Enterprise Institute are injecting a fear propaganda campaign against Senator Josh Hawley's bill calling to remove the Section 230 immunity for tech platforms violating the agreement. In 2018, tech giants Facebook and Google spent a combined $34 million on lobbyists to essentially turn the U.S. Congress against the voice of the American people. Totalitarian Florida Representative Frederica Wilson is calling for those that mock Congress to be prosecuted, a tradition as old as the United States itself.
Those people who are online making fun of members of Congress are a disgrace. And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they should be prosecuted. You cannot intimidate members of Congress, threaten members of Congress. It is against the law, and it's a shame in this United States of America.
Meanwhile, Google announced it will block all anti-cancer, anti-vax, and anti-GMO websites at the browser level as tech giants join with the Pharma Goliath nemesis. How many Google employees and social media experts will be sent to Stonewall over the heads of a flabbergasted Congress before the totalitarian endgame is nipped in the bud?
Stanfield, I was a little confused by one thing you said. Did you say Google doesn't use persuasive technology?
That is correct, sir.
Mr. Harris, is that true?
It's complicated. Persuasion is happening all throughout the ecosystem. In my mind, by the way, this is less about accusing one company, Google or Facebook. It's about understanding that every company...
Yeah, I get that. But she's here, and she just said that they don't use persuasive technology. And I'm trying to figure out, are you talking about just the Google suite of products? You're not talking about YouTube? Or are you saying in the whole alphabet pantheon of companies, you don't use persuasive technology? Because either I misunderstand your company or I misunderstand the definition of persuasive technology. Can you help me to understand what's going on here?
Sure. With respect to my response, Mr. Senator, it is related to the fact that dark patterns and persuasive technology is not core to how we design our products at Google, which are built around transparency.
Are you talking about
control.
YouTube or the whole family of companies?
The whole family of companies, including YouTube.
You don't want to clarify that a little further?
We build our products with privacy, security, and control for the users. That is what we build for. And ultimately, this builds a lifelong relationship with the user, which is primary. That's our trust.
I don't know what any of that meant. Ms. Richardson, can you help me?
I think part of the challenge, as Mr. Harris mentioned, is how you're defining persuasive, and that both of us mentioned that a lot of these systems and internet platforms are a form of an optimization system, which is optimizing for certain goals, and there you could say that is a persuasive technology, which is not accounting for certain social risk, but I think there's a business incentive to not, to take a more narrow view of that definition. So I can't speak for Google because I don't work for them, but I think the reason you're confused is because you may need to clarify definitions of what is actually persuasive in the way that you're asking the question and what is Google suggesting doesn't have persuasive characteristics in their technologies.
Thank you.
How long before the next shoe to drop will be that of censoring the speech of conservative congressmen and the President of the United States? John Bound reporting.